we're seeing players and athletes with big names, national followings, and also players in college like Adam Krumholtz, Wisconsin player, raising funds to help those facing racial inequalities. He posted that on the Twitter feed. It was followed by the Wisconsin football Twitter feed as well, just showing, putting kits together, the things that people are doing to try to do their part along the way. He is coached by Paul Chryst, the Wisconsin football coach, joins us here for a little conversation on Lunch Talk Live. That has to be so heartening to see players who are part of your program go out and do things on their own to make statements, not just put a Twitter post, but actually some action that they're taking part in to help further their belief and cause.
It is. It's powerful, right? And it's powerful for all of us, and it also, I think, we've been for a number of years, and I've been fortunate to be around teams for 35, 40 years, but sometimes these tough times bring out some unbelievably really good qualities, and what Adam is doing, and then as the teammates rally around, Adam started it, right? And then just the other day, a bunch of the teammates were helping kind of pack up, and a couple went shopping with them, and it draws everyone in, and it takes someone to kind of spark it, and that's what I appreciate about what Adam is doing.
What surprised you from the conversations virtually or otherwise that you've been having with your players, as I'm sure a lot of your players, along with you, have been doing significant listening and learning in this process?
Yeah, it is that, right? It's one, having a space, and I think a trust that you can have open, honest, and real conversations. And again, I feel fortunate to have been in those, and yet we all want the conversations, and the conversations are insightful, and you can't help but gain a different perspective, maybe a deeper understanding, an appreciation, and it can challenge you, right? And I think for me personally, it's there's no question that Black Lives Matter, but that's just a phrase. The reality is that my Black friends matter to me. My Black coworkers matter to me. My Black players matter to me. The moms and dads and brothers and sisters, grandparents of the friends and coworkers and players, they matter, right? And I think for a long time I didn't feel like that necessarily I was the one that should have the voice. And I think hearing from our players, right? I've always been really lucky to learn from so many of the players, that I've been around. And I think you continue to learn. And there's always a new perspective, which you can then gain another bit of insight towards it. And so I'm grateful for all that have shared, and there's still a lot more conversations we have to have. We've, as far as team meetings, we've done them kind of virtual, and it was even, we made a Zoom call work, for a team. But I'm looking forward to, the one-on-one, face-to-face conversations, and having some now, and just trying to go around and obviously staying, with the kind of abiding by the social distancing that our state's under right now. But it's so important to be around them and listen to them and hear them, and I think we all have a strong desire to affect change in a positive way, and I think that's really important. That's the challenge for us all. But it's I am grateful for our players and staff members, all those that you get to have those conversations with, because you you can't help but learn and grow from those conversations. And we've had it as a team, right? And various teams I've been a part of, whether it's a local issue or a national issue, that have forced real, honest, open, hard, times uncomfortable conversations, and yet, have kind of come out of it the other end with, it's brought us together. And I think it's broadened guys, different people's perspectives. And I think the challenge for us is, how do we get our country to do that, right?
Yeah. How do we get them to look more like a football group, react like that, and share those conversations? Because in sports, especially football, given the size and makeup of a roster, sometimes that listening is easier because of the people who are right there next to you and who you share space with. Speaking of which, you've gotten some of your team back here as voluntary workouts are starting to begin at several schools around the country, some Big Ten schools a part of that. This is a new normal where you're trying to piece together slowly integrating football and workouts back into these facilities that have been empty. How's it gone for the first couple of days for you?
Right now it's our returning players came back and over the weekend, and Monday and Tuesday went through the testing. So now they're kind of in the self-quarantine phase, and the actual workouts will begin Monday. And like we've talked to all of our players, this is phase one, and it's a necessary phase. And for us to get to phase two, which adds more, whether it's adding more people or being able to take it a step further, get us closer to what we all want, and that's being able to play. We got to do a good job in phase one, and it takes responsibility, right, and accountability. And so I know that everyone's excited to be back and going. And we've got some players, and for good reasons, didn't come back. We've got one player that's a diabetic, and he's going to kind of wait a little bit. And boy, you understand that. And so I think, all of us being tolerant of that. And I am confident, whether they're here, and we've got a bunch that are here, but we've got a few that aren't. I'm confident they know what's at stake and they know how to prepare. And, we just got to do our best to make sure this first phase goes well, so that we get an opportunity for a second phase and keep building to where we can play games this season.
Lastly, as we wrap up, you've been there. This will be year 6. Big Ten Coach of the Year a couple of times, won the West here last year. So it's a great story, but it's an even better story when it's somebody who's been a part of the program and played there, was an assistant coach there. What is it like for you to come to the office and know that this is a place that has helped mold and form you, and now here you are running the most popular college football program in the state of Wisconsin?
Mike, I've been asked that question a lot, but I think you said it there as far as shaping and molding, right? And I think that's the first time that anyone's ever said that, and I think that's so true, right? That I've been really fortunate in my career, and every job that I've had, every place that I've worked at, and team that I've been a part of, I've really enjoyed it and felt incredibly fortunate. But to be able to be at Wisconsin, back at Wisconsin, there's just so many layers to it. And Coach Alvarez being our athletic director, I was on his staff. It means a lot. And, I'm glad that I had other experiences, because when something means so much to you, you want to make sure you do it right. And, I feel like I'm fortunate that it's a great fit. The things that I believe in, and probably because of what you said, they shaped me, helped shape me. I feel really, really blessed to be able to be in coaching, first of all, and then a head coach second. But to be able to do that at Wisconsin, it means a ton to me.
Well, people would probably win a little bit of money on this. Since 2015, which FBS coaches have the most wins? Dabo Swinney, Nick Saban, and this guy right here, Paul Chryst, with the Wisconsin run that's been so good to start with. Thanks for a few minutes. Your brother Jeep has always been a good friend. Your brother Rick, who is the longtime commissioner of the MAC, I still deal with on a regular basis. It's a football and collegiate sports family, and it's impactful wherever you guys have gone. We look forward to seeing you, hopefully, when Notre Dame and Wisconsin play in Lambeau. When that game showed up on the schedule, and I knew that was our game in the 2-game series, that just sounds magical. I just hope that we get the game and we get fans
That's
there.
right.
That'll be a special night. So we hope to see you in Lambeau on October 3rd for the Irish and the Badgers on NBC. Paul Chryst, thank you. We appreciate it.
I hope so too. Thanks, Mike.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.